Welcome back to our business analytics series. As a group, I'm working as an assistant professor in the Department of Master of Business Administration, Institute of the Combined Institute of Technology. And this is part two of Unit 3, Descriptive Analytics and Visualization. Subject 4 is MB25202, Regulations 2025. In the previous part, we introduced descriptive analytics and data visualization in general. Now we will explore the visual tools that bring data to life. Today we will cover the purpose of charts in analytics, 14 different types of charts and where to use each. Third, data queries using sorting and query. The Haribo analysis, the 80 to 20 to Let's begin with why chart matters. Charts are used to help people understand numerical data visualization. They will transform rows of numbers into visual pattern that our brains can process quickly. Appropriate charts can provide different perspective the same data, detailed views, high-level overviews with the generalization and trends. While charts present numerical relations on a comparative basis, graphs specifically show functional relationship between dependent and independent variables. Choosing the right chart is essential for clear communication. Next, we will see about the working different types of charts. First is column chart. A column chart displays categories on the horizontal axis and values along the vertical axis. It's ideal for comparing values across different categories. Where it can be used. You want to show comparisons between items or show changes over time with time on horizontal axis. Example, comparing sales across different regions or months. The example you only have shown in the chart, East Asia sales, the different regions and months have been shown in same chart patterns. Then bar chart. The bar chart is like a column chart turned sideways, categorized on the vertical axis, values on the horizontal axis. You can see that in the slide. It uh, uses memories, categories, names, or long. We will have many categories, so you can use the bar chart. The horizontal layout gives more room for labels. Bar chart are excellent for ranking items from highest to lowest. Then line chart. A line chart connects data points with lines showing continuous data over time. Category data is evenly spaced along the horizontal axis. They use when it can be used is you want to show trends over time, sales by month, stock price over years, temperature changes. Line charts are ideal for revealing patterns, cycles, and rates of change. Then pie chart. A pie chart shows the size of items in one data series as a percentage of the whole. Each slice represents a category proportion. You can see that in the slide. When it can be used is you want to show also the whole market share, budget allocation, or demographic composition means you can use this pie chart where the percentage will be shown depends upon the percentage the pie will be divided equally. Then XY scatter chart. An XY scatter chart shows the relationship between two numerical variables. One variable is plotted on the x-axis and the other on the y-axis. When it can be used, if you want to explore correlation or patterns between two continuous variables means like advertising, spend and sales or temperature and ice cream sales. Then area chart. Area chart is like a line chart with the area below the line filled in. To emphasize the magnitude of change over time. When it can be used, if you want to show trends over time and the volume training approach. Stack area charts can show how different categories contribute to the total over the donut chart. A donut is like a pie chart with a hole in the center. A pie chart will not be having the hole in the center. The total circle will be covered and person depends upon the percentage. The slice will be measured and divided on the pie chart. But in case of the donut chart, there will be a hole in the center. It shows parts of your whole but can display multiple data series, unlike a pie chart, which shows only one. You want to show one to whole relationship or multiple categories or time only. Then radar chart. The radar chart displays multiple variables of axis radiating from a central point. Each variable has its own axis values are plotted and connected. When it can be used. You want to compare the profile of multiple items across seven dimensions like product features, skill assessment, or topics. Then surface chart. A surface chart shows three-dimensional data, colors, values, individual ranges of values across two dimensions. When it can be used means you want to find optimal combination between two set of numerical data like temperature and pressure affecting the chemical reaction. Then bubble chart. A bubble chart is like a scatter plot with the third dimension. The size of the bubble represents an additional variable. If you want to show relationship between three numerical variables, for example, sales, which will comes under the x-axis, profit margin y-axis, and market size bubble cells. For that, you can use this bubble chart. Then stock chart. Stock chart is designed to show stock price data, open, high, low, close, the price chart prices, but it can also show fluctuation, other data like daily rainfall or temperature. You can use this stock chart if you need to show range and direction of change over time. Then home, cylinder, and pyramid charts. These are three-dimensional variation called bar charts using hole, cylinder, or pyramid shapes instead of simple bars. If you want To use this chart, this means visual variety or need to emphasize certain values, but if careful, 3D effects can sometimes distort the perception of actual values. Then data queries using sorting and filtering. Before visualizing data, we often need to organize. Sorting arranges data, ascending or descending order based on one or more columns. This helps identify the highest and lowest value. Filtering displays only rows that meet certain criteria, hiding the rest. This helps focus on specific subset of data. There are two types of filters in Excel: the auto filter and anonymous advanced filter. Auto filter is a basic filtering for simple criteria. Advanced filter is a more complex filtering multiple columns simultaneously. These tools are essential for preparing data for analysis. Then Pareto analysis. Pareto analysis is named after Italian economist Wilfredo Pareto, who observed in 1906 that a large proportion of Italy's wealth was owned by a small proportion of population. This led to the Pareto principle in 1822. The idea that roughly 80% of the effects come from 20% of losses. Business examples: 80% of the sales comes from 20% of the customer, 80% of quality defect from 20% of source, 80% of inventory value is in 20% of. So the Pareto analysis involves sorting data by the characteristics of interest, securely calculating relating percentage, then third, identifying the vital versus the tribal meaning. This helps prioritize efforts where they will have most benefit. And that concludes part two of Unit 3. We have explored a wide range chart types and learned how certain filtering and Pareto analysis can as understand data. In part 3, we will cover summarize data through quantiles, pivot tables, and cross-tabulation. If you found this video helpful, please like, share, and subscribe. Leave your questions in the comments. Thank you for watching. See you in the next one.